Hello, my name is Emauri Byrd, and I'm seeking a career in welding. And here's a day in the life of the shop with Emauri Byrd. This is where I weld at. I learned to weld at. I'm going to show you a few things about the welder. This is on and off switch. This is where you turn the temperature on. This is where you can transfer the temperature down or up. This is where you can transfer the polarity from negative to positive. This here is the electrode holder. And here we have an electrode. You put it in the electrode holder like this, and you weld. I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of weld. Now I'm just tacking the backing plate to the weld, the metal, so it'll be together when I do weld. And now I'm doing V-butt welding with the stick welder. Stay together. From here, I'm going to take an E6011 electrode and lay the root bead. It's called multiple pass V-butt. From here, I'm going to take the E6011 and lay the root bead. I've laid the root bead with the E6011. Now I'm going to take the chipping hammer and the cleaning brush and chip the slag off so I can show you the root bead. From here I'm going to take a 7018 and lay a bead on the left and the right side of it to hold the structure. I'm going to do this twice to hold the structure of the weld.
Can you actually point it out and show us where you're going to put the bead?
I'm going to lay the bead right on one side right here and one side right there, and come back across it and do the same thing again.
Okay.
I've laid one side of the bead. I'm going to wait for this to cool and chip the slag off and lay the other bead for it. Done here is lay before the cutting of the testing of the certification weld. Here's the last of it. What I'm going to show you now is the difference between an experienced welder and a beginning welder. Here we have an unexperienced or just beginning welder versus experienced or at least 4 years of welding. Take a look and see how this is bubbled up and the bead formation is not as straight versus the bead formation and the straightness of this weld here. When it comes to strength, this one would probably hold more because of the bead formation versus that one, which would probably not hold so strong because of the bead formation. This piece is welded for testing certification. You cut the hard out of it and you bend it. If it breaks, is not so it's not so strong, but if it holds and if it has like a crack of less than an eighth of an inch, it probably wouldn't still would get disqualified, but it still held together. Presentation, I'm going to show a piece that would be disqualified versus the piece that would hold up and probably be qualified for the certification of the welder.
Let's be serious for a change. Emauri's a fine young man. He has a good potential to be a good welder. His certification welding at the present time is pretty good to Byrd. He's not quite as good as I'd like for him to be, but Emauri is a nice looking young man, and he's going to make a nice looking welder.